Welcome to Monday Night TPK. Hey guys, this is Monday Night TPK, and we are a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition real play podcast, and yes, I said them all. This is Kyle, the DM, and there are 4 people sitting around the table. 3 of them, which are much cooler than the others. I'm one of the cool ones. You're looking at me like I did something wrong.
No, not okay. I'm waiting.
And there is one person that's not as cool as the rest. I'm sorry, Ryan.
Oh, that's fine.
Maybe make your characters not die.
Stop dying. You have to keep saving all of your characters. And then we fail.
On the note of dying, tonight we're going to try for a total party kill. Or at least get 3 out of 4. Because we all want to see Rixer survive. And so Sam's going to read her lovely, amazing notes to get you caught up on what happened last week.
Sure thing. Last week, on episode 44, a shambling mound ate Brielle. We rolled initiative. Brielle got a mouthful of gross and slowly pulled herself out of the mound. Insert a lot of inappropriate jokes here. Rouvain got sucked into the mound. Everyone attacked. The mound attacked Rixer. Everyone attacked. The mound attacked Rixer again. Vorn pulled Rouvain out of the shambling mound. Gilly healed Rouvain. Everyone attacked. Mound. Dang you, autocorrect. The mound flailed at Rixer. Everyone attacked, except Gilly, who healed. The mound looks rough. The mound attacks Rixer and sucks him in. Gilly had enough and explodes the mound in glittering radiance. Brielle and Gilly helped Rixer up and healed him. Rouvain investigated the dead halfling pulled from the mound. Rouvain hovered over the body for a time. Brielle went in and searched the dead halfling for magical items and took a pouch, which offended Rouvain, who was standing there waiting for the appropriate amount of mourning time. Rouvain found a scroll case locked with a poem written in halfling, so he thought. He handed it to Gilly. Gilly solved the poem riddle, unlocked the case, and handed it back to Rouvain. And he found some interesting scrolls in there. And side note, it's still raining. The end.
Very good. Thank you, Sam.
No problem.
Dan, would you like to continue your intro narration?
I mean, the intro's done. This is the podcast, Kyle.
Crap.
This is the
Is
part.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
This is the game.
So what game are we playing?
Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition real play. This is a podcast.
Ah, snap. Okay, cool. So, Sam, thanks again for your fantastic notes.
No problem.
Yeah, I think sums things up pretty clearly what you just said. It is still raining, and the rain maybe has let up a little bit, but it is still coming down pretty hard. You guys stand at the foot of a fully vaporized shambling mound. So I guess it's not really at its feet because it doesn't really have feet. Sparkle glitter. Yeah, you guys are covered. For a few moments, you guys were covered in like divine glitter, but then the magic faded and it went away. As Sam said, you found the remains of a dead halfling. You found a scroll case with a couple scrolls in it. And fun enough, that fight with the shambling mound was enough to level 3 of you to level 4. Ryan did not get XP for the encounter where... what was your character's name?
Maud.
Where Mountwood died, yeah. So he's down a little bit, but I suspect Ryan's character will be leveling up here shortly.
How much XP is 3 level 4 characters worth?
Oh no. I value my life.
Well, if I remember reading things properly...
I'm just asking out of curiosity.
Yeah, I think, and I'm sure I can be corrected by nerds on the internet, I think a level 4 adventurer is approximately equivalent to a CR1 monster in the monster manual. I think.
Yes,
And that's and I guess these guys might be worth a little bit more because I didn't use the standard starting array with stats. And there's a little bit of magic items in the party. Not a lot, but a little bit. So...
And then you take into account player experience as well.
Oh, I can't take into that account. I'm looking at your character sheet.
Whatever.
But I would suspect probably these guys would be worth CR 1.5, not quite CR2 each. So I don't know how many points that is. What is that, like 1,800? No, not 1,800. That would be 800, maybe?
Oh.
I'm not looking at anything as I say this, so
I was literally looking at the stuff for this earlier, and I don't remember them.
Yeah, it was a joke, guys.
I don't think so. Roll initiative, because you guys are going to be fighting Ruvain now.
Aww.
No, that's a joke.
Yeah, I know. Too far.
Okay. Sam was opening up her dice bags, getting ready to roll.
I was ready for more glittering radiance.
All right. You've survived. How are you guys looking in terms of, beaten upness?
Brielle was healed back to full, but her resources are pretty expended other than that, so...
Okay.
Gilly's a little... Oh, sorry.
She looks good. Maybe a little energy
does.
drained, but... Yeah, she does.
A little bit soggy?
Yeah, she's definitely soggy.
Okay. Cool.
Muddy.
How's Gilly looking?
Gilly physically looks fine, in good health, but seems a little bit tired. Maybe mentally exhausted.
Sorry to hear that.
Mm.
So she has 1 level of exhaustion. Got it. It's canon now. How does Rixer look?
That's why I didn't use the exhaustion words.
Health-wise, I mean, lost a good chunk out of his body, but seems like definitely able to push on very far. Has lots of resources.
So is he looking pretty cut up and pretty bad?
About half-ish.
Yeah. We're
So
gonna
not
fix
that
that.
bad.
No.
I mean, Iku would also be willing to show some love if she knows that Rixer is looking particularly haggard.
Just a little bit, and Rixer definitely wouldn't say anything about it because he knows how much further he can keep going.
I know that Rixer in the last battle took a lot of the physical attacks.
Yes.
Like one-on-one. So Iku and Ryan, I'll get to Ruvain's in a moment here, but just to play a little bit of catch up here, Iku is going to come by and put her hand on Rixer's shoulder and say,
She can't reach.
reach up and put her hand on Rixer's shoulder. You're not that much. I mean, it's like she can reach your shoulder.
I don't know. I guess I'm thinking putting your hand straight out.
She's like, Iku, you did... Nope, she's talking to herself now. Rixer, you did very well. Thank you for all that you sacrificed against that terrible, terrible creature. I wish I had seen it coming and seen it sooner so I could help keep you all safe. And she is going to cast a level 1 Cure Wounds. That's a D8, right, Sam?
Yeah. Plus spellcasting ability modifier.
13 hit points back.
That's okay. Thanks. I'm good. I'm good.
You are very good.
Yeah.
And now you are better.
I am. What am I better at?
Standing upright, I believe.
That's a good thing. Okay.
Ruvain, how are you holding up?
I'm fine.
How, after your ordeal inside of the plant monster, are you sure that you're okay?
Yeah, Gilly patched up really nice.
Gilly is very good at what she does.
Aw, thanks. I tried.
So you guys are still wet, are still groggy, are still tired. I hate to do this to you. Roll me Constitution saves.
Is anybody still blessed? Didn't somebody bless?
I believe
yes.
Iku blessed the group.
That lasts
That's
a minute.
As
You
Yeah.
guys have since, heal
Okay.
each other, looted a body,
Right. Okay.
It's gone.
deciphered a poem, it's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you guys get for your con saves?
I got a whopping 10.
6.
8.
8 as well.
Crap, guys.
That was my dice roll. It was 8.
So,
I rolled a 1.
She rolled a 1 and used lucky.
Oh, jeez.
So here's what's up. Brielle, you're pushing through because 10 was the DC.
I was gonna say 10 was probably it. Yeah.
10 was the DC. The rest of you guys, after slogging through the mud and the rain, and now you had to fight for your lives, you're feeling maybe you're healthier. You're healing each other, all these kinds of things, but just the wear of just the constant rainfall, everything is soaked. It's getting to you, and you have 1 level of exhaustion.
Should Gilly still be exhausted if she's been carried most of the way up until the fight?
It's still the rain. It's still everything. It's the whole experience.
I'm just asking.
And if you don't know, 1 level of exhaustion is a disadvantage on ability checks. All right, so things kind of suck right now, but Iku is going to continue to act as your guide and is going to continue to kind of, this way. I know it is tough. We can get through this. I know that we can. And lead you on.
Mm-hmm.
And the rain continues for a solid hour heavily before finally it begins to let up, and the sky doesn't become bright and sunny and open up above you. The heavy torrential downpour turns into a very steady mist. So not enough to completely dry off by any means, but enough that you're not being beaten down by the heavy rainfall. And it becomes basically time to set up camp, and the rain is still just a thick mist. What do you guys want to do?
Find a safe place and set up camp, because then at least we can get under tents.
Yeah.
And change clothes so we're dry.
Sure. So Iku is going to attempt to do kind of a survival check here to see if she can find a good spot to set up a camp.
Brielle will help her with that.
And she'll...
I got survival, so she can have advantage.
Alright. That is way better. I went from being a 10 to a 19 total.
Score.
I was hoping you were going to say that. Iku actually is going to find kind of an overhang from a large kind of outcrop of rock. Not really a true cave exactly, but definitely something that will take the brunt of the actual downfall of rain. And is going to suggest that if you kind of set up your tents, maybe get with one side against the rock wall, because the rock it's maybe a little bit out of the weather a little bit. It seems to be kind of elevated. It's relatively clear of major trees and just things that you could be ambushed from predators, etc., etc. And basically she finds you as good of a place as she can find for this particular area.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot of time to get your tent set up just right, and you're probably thinking you're not going to be able to have a fire too easily unless you want to do some sort of magic to make it happen.
Got an idea for that. So we have tarps.
Sure.
I want to take a tarp and nail it to the side of the cave, and then drape it outwards, and then put a couple of sticks to hold it up.
Okay.
And then we'll put the fire right there, so it's out of the ring.
Okay.
And yet the smoke's not going into the cave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm assuming you got like climbing pittons or pitons or however you pronounce that.
Yeah,
I got
do.
stuff.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can totally kind of engineer this to kind of keep the fire out of the rain, and also is going to help you guys dry off a little bit. You can dry your stuff off.
Is it windy at all?
Not really.
Okay.
No. And yeah, so you're able to. You guys have set watches in the past with your current setup. Are you going to have Vorn be an alarm system?
Yes.
Sam?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to set up Vorn as I have in previous nights. Sit in
His head.
swivel head.
His head just goes and just swivels.
We should probably set him up like right at the mouth of the cave, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, actually, can I tell him...
He doesn't really have to swivel.
Right,
We
can
keep
I
him at
just
the
tell
mouth.
him to do a
Okay.
whatever degree cone? A 180... Let's do a 180 degree panoramic of...
His body was facing into the cave when you said that, so his head just kind of swivels backwards in that kind of like cone shape.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a little bit disturbing, but you guys are beginning to get used to your Monster Man now, or your not Monster Man,
Robot Man?
Robot Man. Thank you. And he doesn't say anything. He doesn't directly respond, but he begins to do the actions that were assigned to him.
Vorn, you're such a good listener.
Listening mode activated.
Does his head stop swiveling?
And he gets like a very serious, sensitive, and concerned look in his metal face. And he's just staring straight at Gilly.
Oh. Thanks for your attention, Vorn. Go back to observation mode.
Observation mode activated.
Okay.
And he goes back to doing what he was doing.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Did we establish how far back this cave goes?
It's not really a deep cave at all. It's just kind of just a cut in the rock.
No, like a small bear cave or something.
Alcove.
Yeah.
Former bear cave.
Yeah, so it's not really a cave, really.
Hopefully it's not a current bear cave.
It's not. I mean, you can tell when you guys could investigate the rock by touching the walls and all that kind of fun stuff. Iku will say to you, I am certain that this is no more than it seems. It is a face of rock.
Good.
I just wanted to double check because as security, put one of my alarms by the mouth of the
Sure.
cave.
Sure. You can totally do that, and you feel more secure with your security alarms in place. The night passes. A couple times, several yards out, people on their watches will hear something moving amongst the jungle, but otherwise nothing seems to approach you. And you're able to get in a full long rest.
So our exhaustion goes away.
Your exhaustion goes away. That is correct. And you're up to your level 4 hit points.
Woohoo!
And our abilities that we
Yep.
can gain.
Whatever normally you would get back for your long rest, you get that thing back from your long rest.
You want a pen?
Yes, please.
I too like to live dangerously.
Oh, character sheet with ink.
Hey, mine has ink.
And I'm going to update your travels
Oh, I forgot to do that last week.
on my phone.
You know, you're in... What is it called? Meat cleaver mode? What is this? Hard mode?
Meat grinder mode?
Meat grinder mode. When your healer has to outline the spell slot circles in pen because they've been used and erased so many times. Oh, did I just do that? No, I didn't. I'm smart. I'm a smart. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have boxes for like my abilities to check off, and those are in pen.
Mhm.
I have my whole sheet in a plastic sleeve,
Well,
That's
fancy
the
you.
way to go. Like,
so I just use a dry erase marker.
I thought about that, but I know I would just lean on it and wipe everything
Well,
away.
see, is what I use I use a dry erase for like my spell slots and stuff that gets erased quite often when I take damage. I write that in a dry erase, and then everything else is in wet erase, so it doesn't get smudged off.
That's a good way to do it.
All right. So Iku, as you guys awaken this morning, Iku is going to ask you again about Umbala, and we'll say to you that you seemed uncertain the last time I brought this up, but I'm afraid, and I'm sorry if this comes off as rude, but I am afraid that we need to make a decision. In about a day and a half's travel, we can encounter the old city of Umbala, where I believe a hag currently resides. I believe I can safely navigate around the plateau, but I need to know if that's the intention, or if you are interested in taking up the task of eliminating a very dangerous predator from this jungle.
I still vote that it's not worth the extra risk. If we can avoid it, I say we avoid it. But if she attacks us, I mean, we have to fight back.
Brielle's gonna hold up her hand for a moment, and then she's gonna say, just wait a second.
She's
And
thinking.
she's gonna look. She's gonna pull over Gilly's book that she has her clericy stuff in.
That's my. Okay.
She's gonna look at it, and then she's gonna set it down, and you see her concentrate, and then she mouths something, and she. I think we should go after it.
Holy crap! You can talk.
It doesn't last long, but I cast thaumaturgy on myself.
Holy crap! She talks. You talk.
I've been trying to get this spell to work for a while.
Wow.
Iku just smiles.
That's not what I thought you'd sound like.
That's what I sound like. It's a little gravelly because of the vocal cords that have been cut, but it's there.
You really think it's worth it to go?
I mean, this thing is a hindrance to people traveling.
How long will it take?
Yeah.
Right.
Be I knowledge check hags.
Yeah, what do you
I have Arcana.
throw
I
it?
have History. Both are the same mod.
I mean, I guess in that case, the difference is, what is it about the hags you want to know? Or you want Ruvain to know?
Potential ability wise.
Okay. I feel like that would be an Arcana check.
Sure. Okay. Let's see. Come on. Give me that Macbeth reference.
It's not high, but
12.
You know that, I mean, okay, so 12 isn't great.
Isn't great, no.
But you would know that, you'd probably know that they're Fae. You would probably know that there are different types of hags, with the green hag being the most common, especially for like forest type settings, and the other types of hags kind of are specialized for whatever their lot in life is and or where they live. The three most common you would think probably would be the green, the night hag, and the sea hag, but you do know there's other types of hags out there. They typically live in either solitary lives or covens, which are typically comes in groups of 3. They're very magical. They are evil. Pretty much like the only times you might find one that's like you can work with is if you can do something for it. Like if it might help you, but you're basically helping it in probably a bigger way than you realize. So they're not very trustworthy. And that might be the extent of your knowledge.
So, from that, what I want to take away from that
Sure.
is that they are spellcasters. They're focused more on magical abilities. So maybe getting the drop on them is on her. It is a better way to go instead of a direct confrontation.
Okay, Richter?
Glass cannons.
Perhaps.
How long will it take?
From here, we can be at the foot of the plateau probably by nightfall if we really push ourselves.
No, I mean, so if we go around, does it take longer?
It will probably add an extra half a day to a full day to our journey.
Oh, okay.
Ruvain, have you fought a hag before?
Oh, no.
How do you know so much about them?
Read it in a book. At a place. According to my stage background.
Okay. Wait a second. So my friend did this one. Hold on. This might be weird. Montwood, if you're there, can you help my friend? Guidance.
Can
you tell me more about hags?
Can I?
If you're looking for Mountwood,
I was just doing that as flavor.
I understand. Here's the problem with the flavor, Sam. Like literally, if you're looking for Mountwood, and I get how guidance works, but you're not gonna get Mountwood.
I mean, does it matter though? Like
No.
If she gets someone else that's not Montwood, she won't know.
Right, and that's why this is gonna happen. Right. But like, if Gilly is able to like have any sense of like whatever spirits are contacted for this purpose of guidance, she would definitely know it's not Montwood that answers.
No, it's just I was flavoring it as this is a new experience for Gilly, so she's just reaching out to the last spirit that she knows.
Okay.
To see if something works.
So am I just rolling the D4 and adding it to my reason total or rolling everything again?
Which do you prefer, Ryan?
What was it that you asked, Ryan?
I was going to ask if I could, if I'm going to roll the D4 and add it to my current total or roll the check again.
Roll the check again.
Okay. I'm going to get lower. You know that, right? That's just how my luck is.
Oh, just a notebook.
Yep, there it is. One higher, 13.
No.
He has exhausted his resources.
Yeah, that was a pretty extensive summary.
You remember that it's very common that in a coven of hags, so a grouping of traditionally 3, that they will sometimes share a pool of magical resources, which might be spells, it might be potions, it might be the use of an artifact, it might be special abilities granted by their collective 3-ness. So for your lucky number 13, you think of that.
Come on.
Huh, that's interesting.
So I don't know if that little bit of information is useful or not.
I mean, yeah, all information is useful. Well, Brill, I trust your judgment. If you think we should go. I mean, a hag sounds kind of scary, and she eats people, so you understand my reluctance.
I'm aware that you don't want to be eaten,
No, not at all.
but no one else wants to be eaten either.
Okay.
And if people have to travel past this place to get to towns, taking even one of them out of the equation helps, if there are multiple, as Ravane says.
So he could just say to you, so what is the decision? What is the consensus? I don't want to make any assumptions or take you to a place without letting you know of as much of the danger as I know.
I think we're gonna go fight a hag, but if I get eaten, I'm coming back and haunting something, because I'm gonna be upset.
Cool. Iku will take a step back from you all, and she'll bow deeply, and she'll say to you that the hag that lives atop the plateau has plagued this jungle for a very long time. So just know that you are doing a very great good by attempting to eliminate her evil presence. It is this way.
Okay.
And once you're packed and ready to go, she will take you through the jungle.
Plot twist, Iku's the hag. She's been leading us the whole time. Wish I had my camera ready for that picture.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done it if you had. So you, the sun is shining pretty well today. The relief from the heat that you had yesterday with the rain is completely gone, and it is extremely hot. And with the fresh rain comes a lot of fantastic humidity, and you can almost feel the air around you as you begin your trek this morning. Thankfully, this extreme heat seems to be probably discouraging most other living things in this jungle from having any interest in moving around a lot. And your day goes by quickly. Well, not quickly, but goes by uneventfully anyway. And as night begins to approach, you can see above you, towering high, an enormous plateau. An 1,800-foot high plateau with sheer cliffs rises above heaps of boulders as large as ships. A narrow path is cut into the cliff face and seems to climb all the way to the top.
It looks like a big table.
Iku will say to you that, why yes, that is a very good description of it. The very top of it is flat, like a table. And up there you will find the ruins of a fairly large village. And to the best of my knowledge, one inhabitant.
So you're saying all the meat's gone? Off from the table.
Yes.
Joke. Because you eat at a table, and at least I like meat to eat.
Iku will smile awkwardly at that.
That's a funny joke. I like it. That's funny.
Brielle is almost rolling on the ground laughing at that one.
And she will say to you, I am sorry, Rixer. I haven't eaten at a table in quite some time.
Well, you should eat at a table with us when we get back.
I would be happy to do so.
Okay.
It hasn't been that long. We literally saw her eating at a table when we met her.
Are you sure she was eating?
She was, I think, just sitting.
Was she just sitting? Why wasn't she eating?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, plot twist, guys. The reason why Kyle wanted us to bring her.
She gives you this enormous
Almost happy
grin,
we
and her
got it.
teeth are sharp blades. No, that doesn't happen. You shake your head and you realize you're hallucinating a little bit from the heat and humidity of the day.
Put my hair up. Get it.
Um,
So that heat off me.
So Iku is going to ask you, if your intention is to strike, would you prefer to strike by day or by night? The path, and you can kind of see where it starts, and she'll point it out as it kind of like switches back and forth up the plateau. The path is sure, it is solid, I believe. It is essentially walking through the front door. She'll point to the cliffs on either side of the path. The cliff is probably scalable if someone were so inclined to try to do so. Barring that, I'm not sure how else you would get up there.
The way she's describing the trail up, does that go right into the center of town, the way she's describing it? Because she says it's going in through the front door, so would that be like implying that we're walking right into the middle of town? Or the entrance to the town?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how I feel about those cliffs, because you all saw how I did with stairs. So...
Brielle will cast thaumaturgy again, and we're not scaling. We're not all going to make it up there. And then she looks at Ravine, specifically. And,
Rixer gonna chuckle a little. I get it.
going in the front door, essentially, and she'll do the air quotes around door, is probably a death sentence. We're going to be walking right into the open. So, nighttime assault might be best. But we also don't know what we're going into going up there.
Do hags sleep?
I don't know.
Can they see in the dark?
I mean,
can.
I cannot.
Brienne would probably know that they're fae, yeah?
I would have.
Because it's a general idea
So,
that most fae can see in the dark.
So why would that be better?
Grayscaled. Everything is grayscaled. You still can hide a bit in the darkness, even if something has dark vision.
I guess. I'm not very good at hiding, though.
I do a lot of my best work in the dark.
I can't see in the dark.
I'm well aware.
Yeah. So torches and pitchforks are a bad idea then, huh?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
What do you guys have for passive perceptions, Matt? I know Brielle is pretty huge.
16 for Brielle.
Yeah, that actually... above you and around you in the trees, does anybody have at least 15?
16.
So Ruvain, okay, so
So we're
Ruvain,
both at the same.
yeah, Ruvain and Brielle, you guys, as you stand there talking, notice that from the trees above you, 4 winged monkeys. You guys have seen flying monkeys before.
Yeah.
Take off flying up towards
I know.
the plateau.
I know.
I'm
What
gonna
was
shoot him down.
that?
I'm gonna shoot him down.
Okay.
What was that?
Like how far away are they whenever, like, we would have an opportunity to attack? Okay.
20 feet.
Okay, cool. Because Rixer will aim at one with his javelin as well then.
Okay, Sam.
Yeah, Brielle will shout out possible familiars.
Okay, Sam.
Okay, that I was gonna see if Brielle was going to answer my question, or if I could perceive her aiming with her bow.
Yeah, as
what she
Brielle
was
like
looking
starts
at.
to whip out her bow and her arrow and draw it back, she will shout out, "Possible familiars."
So, while this is happening, how would we... So, Iku, is there any rumors about this hag that would then...
So you guys are basically just all pulling weapons and like shooting down these flying
Flying
monkeys
monkeys.
all at once.
I mean, she's gonna take the shot even if nobody else does.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. We got Matt. You said it first on Dana, then Sam. Since that's kind of the order you guys announced your intentions. Go for it.
I already rolled. It was a 16.
And that'll hit. Give me some damage.
I'll shoot a hunter's mark at 2. Oh, that's a crappy hunter's mark, but 6. Oh, actually, that was higher. Sorry, I was looking at my wrong number. 10 piercing damage and 1 off the hunter's mark, so 11 damage.
All right, cool. And I want to stress this is. I mean, I'm having you guys do this in an order, but essentially this is all happening at the same time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dana.
All right, so Rixer chucks a javelin, and that's 21 to
Hits.
hit, and 5 points of damage.
Okay, thank you, Sam.
It needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
It fails.
Okay. Take 1 damage. 1
Okay.
Radiant.
Yeah.
So much more brainstorming.
Okay, so you guys are gonna hate me for this, but I really was trying to be very careful to make sure that you did this in the way that I was thinking you were gonna do it, and you did. You made 0 effort to call out who's attacking what of the 3. So when each of you guys made attack rolls, I rolled a die to determine which monkey you were randomly aiming at.
That's fair.
I mean, it makes sense. We're all just going to probably just randomly shoot.
Yeah, so if you picture 3 of them, there's basically, it's a kind of like go off. There's one on the left, there's one in the middle, and there's one on the right. Okay? Brielle's arrow hits true and like completely skewers and obliterates this monkey, and it just flies dead.
Which one?
The one on the left.
Okay.
At the same time, Rixer pulls a javelin from his pack and he flings it at this monkey, and it skewers it with its 3 hit points.
Which one?
The one in the middle.
Okay.
And just at the same time as the javelin hits home, your cleric also attempts to do Sacred Flame on the same monkey, which is now dead from the javelin, and automatically failed its dexterity save. So the 1 point of damage was still enough to singe it real good, and it drops from the sky. However, monkey number 3 has been able to now fly a full 30 feet further. Just because it's another round, essentially, and it got a freebie.
Well, could I do action surge, though? Like, see 2 of them drop.
Okay.
Can I do action surge?
Yeah.
And shoot again?
Yeah, why not? It's actually kind of checks out.
I was going to yell at Raving to shoot the other one, but that works too.
20 on the die.
Nice. You're just going to kill it.
So you chuck a javelin, and you're not really even paying attention to the fact that Gilly just singed the same one your first one hit. You just pull another javelin, and then just rinse and repeat, throw this one, and it hits it true. It kind of brings its wings are up, and the javelin kind of catches through one of the wings and pins it into the body as it then just like falls off to the side.
Okay, Rixer would try to pay attention to where it falls, though, because now he has no javelins.
Yeah, Reno's going to go over there and collect her arrow as well. So.
Alright, I'll deal with that in just a moment. I think Ryan wants something.
I thought we were going to try to get the drop on her.
That's why we just killed the monkeys.
What
we don't
we
want
do?
the monkeys.
Was there 4? Or?
Those 3.
There's 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
The monkeys were going to take, possibly, if they're familiars.
If they're familiars.
If they're familiars, they could take the message.
Served.
That's also true, but there's a chance that we weren't. This one that I know about spellcasters is they can only have one familiar that they can see through their eyes.
You sure it's only one hag, right? Iku?
She will shrug, as she tends to do, and she'll say to you that I have only heard of the one. Her name is Nanny Poo Poo. Rixer, why are you laughing at that, Rixer?
'Cause of poop.
I do not understand the joke.
It's poop.
Her name is Nanny Poo Poo.
Yeah, poo poo is the same as poop.
Oh, is it now? I have learned something new.
I'm done with this.
Also, we'll just have to wait and see if there's place settings for 3.
Dan, that's a point of inspiration.
Fuck you.
If we're aware that there are 3, I can always do a recon tonight, and then we could wait till tomorrow to do an attack.
I don't know how I feel about you going up there by yourself, but if you think that's the best move, okay. I'm just gonna reiterate, I can't see in the dark.
One of us going alone is less of a risk than all of us. Or even 2 of us.
That's fair.
And then you can be an appetizer.
No,
That happens.
no, thank you.
So from the last joke that Rixer made, like, as soon as everyone is done laughing, his face kind of just, like, droops. And then whenever he goes make this, like, next joke, it's just very flat. Not, like, enjoying it like he was for the last 2.
I want to reiterate, I can't see in the dark, and I don't want to be eaten.
Then perhaps it would be wise to go in at a time when everyone can be at their fullest, their full strength. And she gives Gilly a very warm smile.
What if we wait till the sun's getting low, so we still have shadow from cover, but you can see?
I mean, that's like right now. Like right now, the sun is going, starting to set.
Starting to set, so
Yeah.
it's dusk.
Yeah.
I mean,
And she notices that, she'll take a glance at the sun and say, so now would be the time.
do you guys want to run up there now?
I would advise against running.
It is about 3 miles of trails to get to the top as it wraps around the plateau.
It's going to be dark.
It's a couple hours walk, yeah. It might be dark by then. We could wait till morning as the sun is rising.
Sure.
Maybe we'll get lucky, as someone previously mentioned, that they'll be sleeping.
I like to do my killing before breakfast.
No.
Niku was like, oh my, I'm sorry, did I say that out loud?
Okay, so maybe we go to sleep tonight and we don't die and get eaten by hags, and then in the morning we'll go
Get
up
eaten
there.
by hags.
Yeah.
In the morning.
Yep.
Okay. Sounds
Nice
like a plan.
hearty breakfast to start the day.
Yeah,
That's
we're gonna go
how
have
I
it on
like
the table
it.
up there.
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
table. Ha, that was funny. Gilly,
Yeah.
can you come over here
Mm-hmm.
so I can talk to you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And like whisper yells, even though like we're away.
Like stage whispering?
Yeah, yeah.
Gilly starts to move closer, and you just start.
So, Gilly, I'm kind of sad, and I'm worried about what we're gonna do. I don't know if my pop, and well, he wasn't really my pop, but if their pop and mom would be okay with killing somebody in their house that didn't do anything to you. That's just rude.
Good point.
So, are we sure to do this?
So I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna go up there. And if they're not so good hags, they're gonna come out real fast and try to kill us. And I think that'll prove that they're not so good. But maybe if, I don't know, maybe we just go up there and see what happens. I really think I'm gonna get eaten. So, to be on the same point as you, I'm pretty scared.
Well, what if I carry you again? Because then if they try to eat us, they can't do it in one bite.
Oh, that's a fair point.
Yeah, let's do that. But, so, you promise that if they don't come out, then we're not gonna hurt them?
Well, I can only speak for myself, but, I am always willing to listen to what people have to say, especially like the Flaming Fist back there. We listened to what they had to say, and then that one guy was a jerk, so then we left. So, I think as long as they don't hurt us, there's room to talk. But you also have to be careful, because sometimes people pretend to be really, really nice, but they're not your friends at all.
That sounds mean.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good then. We'll do that.
Yeah. Let's just see how it goes.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna be right over there if you want to talk some more.
And like Rickster like awkwardly like straightened, because I'm sure he would kind of bent over a little bit to talk / whisper yell. And try to like be cool about having this emotional conversation.
Iku was like very pointedly trying to make like look like she's not paying attention to what's happening, but like Brielle and Ruvain would probably totally be aware of it.
Oh yeah, I almost thought about saying something, but didn't.
But Iku just kind of smiles a little bit and continues on with, I don't know, whatever she's doing. So it seems to me that our intention is to camp for the night and climb the stairs at dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's do that.
Then I would suggest we go back into the jungle, at least a mile or two. So as I don't know that I want to camp directly below the plateau.
Nope.
Same.
And she will essentially lead you guys back. And she's able to find you a decent enough place to set up camp. Is there anything in particular, any extra preparations or different preparations you guys want to do, or are we just doing rinse and repeat in terms of camp setup and night's watch?
How much of that line can you set up for Vane?
I can, as long as I have 10 minutes. As long as I have 10 minutes, I can set up as many as I want.
I do a whole perimeter tonight.
Kelly will set up Born as normal, and then usually at night she takes care in like cleaning herself in ways that she can. Not doing that tonight because maybe if she smells a little bit worse, she won't be chosen.
This one smells rotten.
Alright, good deal.
They might like that though.
So, is there any way that we can exploit this situation to our advantage? We probably lost our element of surprise.
Element of surprise, yeah. That's what I'm a little worried about. But, I mean, other than going in and with partial light,
I was going to ask Iku if she knew of any rumors, like any vices that Nanny Poo Poo has.
Can I just roll a history check on hags? So Brielle can kind of have somewhat of a knowledge?
Sure.
That's not bad. That's a 14, so that's only one higher than what Ryan's max.
Well, the difference, though, that you're looking for a little bit of information with a history check.
I was looking for abilities.
Yeah, so Ryan with his Arcana was looking specifically for what they can do. So with a history, you can definitely think of numerous cases, stories, real, fictional, but probably real, of the quote-unquote old crone in the woods, villages that are, basically grow up paying tribute to the old crone who sometimes helps them, but secretly is, collecting their teeth.
It wasn't the secret.
And, creating nightmares. You can think of lots of examples of that. And in many of those cases, stalwart adventurers will have come in and saved the day by killing the hag. And, a village where the crops were all dying and every third newborn child disappears, all of a sudden those problems go away. Typically, that would probably be a green hag, as being one of the most common types of hag. But you can also think of it with the 14 cases where, a major city or major castle begins to have a lot of political problems and a lot of fighting amongst family, where things seem to be pretty stable for a long time. And over the course of a couple generations, what used to be a rich and thriving castle and community has kind of brought down to infighting and in chaos and constant wars. And well later, it's come to find out that a night hag had infiltrated the castle, posing as somebody. Mm-hmm. Because hags are good shapeshifters. Right. And can impersonate, anybody, essentially. But you can also think of examples of, the old lady in the woods outside of town who everyone blames for the crop failures. Everyone blames for the child mortality issues. And the stalwart adventurer, this time in air quotes, comes in and murders a little old lady in her house. Those types of things have happened. Maybe almost as often as the reverse. Just because of the sort of reputation that kind of gets puffed out there.
With a 14, any knowledge, with a 14 history, any knowledge of, defenses that a hag might have? Besides familiars, because spellcasters usually.
Yeah, misdirection is a pretty popular one with hags. Trying to divert attention, trying to seem like she is, in fact, just the innocent old lady in the woods. Because, again, sometimes, as you guys like to say, the old lady in the woods is just an old lady in the woods. As Sam violently shakes her head no.
There was that one time in my last campaign.
The one time.
Just an old woman in the woods.
Just once.
But you also had Ash in your party, so...
A hag in training.
Yeah.
But just because an old lady comes into town selling meat pies doesn't mean those meat pies are actually the children of the next town over.
Maybe not on favor, but...
So I've calculated, based upon previous given statistics, that there is only 0.14% chance of it being actually an old lady.
See? Thank you. Thank you.
Was that a calculation on how many times we've run into hags?
I don't actually know the number.
Oh.
Somebody threw out 1 out of 7.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's what I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ryan, I want to get some specifics on these things you got put out there. These what do you call them?
The alarm.
Alarms. Thank you.
Yeah.
Are these just on the ground? Are these in the trees? Are these in the sky?
They are. They're basically it's the alarm spell.
I'm not super familiar with it. Is it like a sphere? What is the?
All right, let's pull up. Look it up real quick.
I think the materials is a thread, isn't it? And you put a thread around, but
Yeah,
I do believe it makes a barrier.
I have a spell focus,
Right,
so I'm not worried about that. But it is a 20-foot cube.
Okay.
and whenever a tiny or larger creature touches or enters the warded area, it either triggers an audible alarm or a mental ping for me.
Which are you preferring? What's happening?
I think a ping.
To you?
Yeah.
Okay. And which watch are you on?
I mean, I'm same as Brielle here, where I only need 4 hours.
I think
of
he
sleep.
does first, and
4
then
hours
I
of
do
trance.
second.
Okay.
That way
So-
I'm up with Gilly.
Okay, cool. So, the first 3 hours of sleep or rest for the night go pretty much calmly. Into hour 4, Ryan Ruvain.
Okay.
Sorry, did I skip past something you wanted to do?
I don't know.
apologize.
It's fine. I asked a question and it kind of got overlapped, but it's fine.
That must have been a motorcycle. That was loud.
What was the question you asked?
If Danny Poo Poo in particular had any vices, any like quirks that might be able to exploit.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
Oh.
did. I think I was leading up to that, and then
Yeah.
got sidetracked. Remind me, because you're asking Iku.
Yeah.
Right. Because Iku would.
Local rumors or.
Yep. So Iku's going to tell you that the only. I will confess, I do not know a great deal about this hag. I know that she is here, and I know that there are persistent rumors of travelers going missing surrounding this area. I know that the village that sits atop the plateau was once a thriving, powerful city in the jungles of Chult. And that eventually everyone disappeared. And this old woman, this Nanny Poo Poo, is all that remains. But I have never had a direct conversation with her face to face. However, she does have a reputation amongst certain individuals in this jungle. And according to rumor, she is able to cast a very powerful spell. According to this rumor, even since this death curse has taken hold, they say that she is able to cast a spell that can raise the dead, that can bring an adventurer or a person or anyone really back to life.
Regardless of the curse.
What I have been told and what I've heard, and I've heard this, I've heard this in the bars of Port Nine Zaru before you arrived. I had heard this from friends and contacts who are well-known guides through these jungles, that even since this curse has taken hold, that she has been able to raise the dead.
It doesn't seem. It just seems like gossip. It doesn't seem to have any foundation. She's probably just animating zombies.
Eagle will shrug. She will tell you. I do not have first-hand knowledge of this.
But.
Could Nanny Poo Poo be... could Nanny Poo Poo be dabbling in becoming a necromancer, possibly? Raising the dead? That would be an even bigger threat. Which means we definitely should get rid of Nanny Poo Poo.
I was thinking of being very stupid, but now I'm...
I like stupid.
Because I have these scrolls, and if she has like this rumors about her, I was going to try to bargain with her to draw her out.
To her mom, I've come to bargain.
Doctor Strange is not a sponsor. But I don't think that's a good idea now.
Well, I mean, it's worth a shot, but also she's going to try to manipulate and make us believe whatever she wants to believe. She's going to turn it, if She's gonna turn it around on us if she is indeed an evil hag.
Just a thought. Trying to seize any advantage we can, but
I think the only advantage we're gonna have at this point is surprise.
which might be out the window.
Possibly.
All right, so you guys have your dark conversation, sad conversation, however you want to call this, and the night passes. Eventually, you fall into your watch routine. 3 hours in, Ryan, you begin to get like ping, 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 ping. Ping, 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 ping.
I'm gonna
Ping, ping.
because I know Brielle is
Ping, ping.
Brielle's
Ping,
like
ping, ping.
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 Because I know Brielle is like me and doesn't need like to be completely unconscious to sleep. I can kind of nudge her to awareness, to full awareness.
Throw a rock in her face.
I mean, that's what she would do.
Actually, I can. That's a good.
You gonna throw a rock at her face?
No, let's just prestidigitation to spell mint underneath her. And just tap my ear.
Perception check?
Oh, yeah. You guys can both do perception checks. You're both conscious now.
Ah, man, I am like rolling around average today.
There we go.
14.
18.
Yes, that was better.
No, they wouldn't even try to hide. So you guys are sleeping below the trees. And you look up, because the pings that in your head are coming from above you, like very tops of your sensors.
Yeah.
And you see probably a dozen or more flying monkeys perched on the trees. And as you guys start to look up, like noticeably like lift your heads and look up, I'm sure you're silent, not saying anything. Mm-hmm. You hear Iku's voice. They arrived just a few moments ago. I do not think they themselves are a threat.
If a magic user is manipulating a creature in any way, are there telltale signs?
If you pass the Arcana check, you might be able to get a sense of it.
Not bad. 15.
Yeah, I mean, there's a crap load of these monkeys. This is the most monkeys you've seen at once.
Right.
Like, previously, seeing 3 of them at once was
weren't we told that they were rare to be seen?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now we've seen 15 of them.
Oh no.
So, I mean, just that alone, there's probably some level of magical manipulation here.
The village disappeared.
But they're literally just sitting there.
Question mark.
So, like, it's not like they're casting fireball and their eyes aren't glowing. You know, they're just sitting there.
There's no arcanic, like, visual cue that they're being manipulated. Okay. But they're just sitting there watching us.
That's it.
I'm not gonna
point at the orc.
The orc continues to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Brielle's just gonna take a rock and kind of throw it up at them and see if they scatter.
They do. I mean, you chuck it up in the direction of one of them, and all at once, all of them take flight and just like a whoosh, and the branches move. And Vorn, who I'm assuming would have been set to like watch, starts screaming, "Warning! Warning! 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 Warning!
What?
Warning! 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 Warning!"
Stop! Gilly kind of peeks out of the tent. Looks around.
Flying monkeys.
Are they? I look up. Are there any?
Some of the branches are still moving a little bit, and some of the trees,
There's probably about a good dozen of them. Just
Rick's
watching
awake.
us.
Okay. I was gonna ask. I was waiting.
Yeah, Richter is definitely awake.
Okay.
No danger?
Potentially. Not sure why the monkeys were all just gathered around staring at us.
That's weird.
We've been told that these monkeys are rare to be seen, and yet we've seen, if there was about a dozen, then we've seen at least 15 of them today. Alone.
No, I mean that's weird because I was just dreaming about the flying monkeys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's monkeys. It's weird.
Oh man, maybe your dream's starting to manifest.
Don't tell Richter that.
Richter's just hearing this in his own head. Like, maybe they are.
Dream of baked potatoes.
That many monkeys all do. It's off.
I agree. And
Something is watching us. Something knows we're here.
okay. And Gilly's making it a point to only like let her face show out of tent, not coming out of the tent. Not. Nope. Alright. Okay. So we're good now.
Nothing we can do about it. They're monkeys.
Right.
We're not going to kill all of them.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go back to sleep now.
You do that.
Okay.
Alright, so the rest of the night passes quietly and peacefully. Vorn's head goes back to spinning. I'm sure you guys finish your trances and switch your watches.
Synchronized
Iku kind of lays where she has been, eyes on the trees. And after a few hours, because you guys are looking to be out before the sun.
Yeah, so that we can get up, get ready, and start heading up that hill.
After a couple more hours, Iku is going to say to you guys, "It is time. We should rise." And with that, I think we're coming to a close.
Hey, that's all for tonight. Thanks for listening. If you want to get to know us better, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Monday Night TPK. You can also find Monday Night TPK at Above the Table Games on YouTube. Don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes. It really helps us out a lot. Thanks for listening, and we'll always save a seat at the table for you. I give up.
Yeah.
I mean, some of you guys just gave up on Tomb of Horrors and walked out naked.
Yep. She did not care at
Whole
all.
different gender than what you were started as.
All her dingly bits.
Because Tomb of Horrors was fun like that.
She was done.
It played the whole what?
Whole different things are flopping around that did not flop around before.
Hey, saggy boobs matter.